Hello brothers and sisters, welcome back to African Fast. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for coming to watch our videos. So today is 19th. Tomorrow is Wednesday 20th. Let me tell you
December
something.
2023.
Yeah, let me tell you something. The Democratic Republic of Congo. We actually had a live video on Saturday and it's still on our channel where we talked about what is happening in Eastern DRC. A lot of people are dead. Over 1 million people displaced. You know, a lot of things are happening. So tomorrow, 20th December 2023, the DRC will be participating in an undemocratic election. They will be participating in an undemocratic presidential elections. Why am I saying undemocratic? Because DRC has a population of 100 million and people are still being killed. But 40 million people have registered to
44 million.
Yeah, have registered to vote. But the problem is these areas where we are talking about where there are fights, the Eastern DRC, Kivu, North Kivu, South Kivu, Ituri, people will not be voting. You see? So who will be voting for them? Because we also need to hear their sound, like their voice. We need their voice on this. And remember, these are the democratic elections that we've been talking about, saying they are useless, they breed, you know, puppets and a lot other things. So in this the undemocratic presidential election, the president is Felix Tshisekedi. That is the guy who, the frog, eh?
Huh?
the current president of Congo. It's Felix Tshisekedi, who is 60 and is seeking for a second 5-year term. Then he has other guys who are giving him a run for his votes. And his strongest challenge is called Moise Katumbi, who's a 50-year-old business magnate.
Yeah.
He does mining in Congo. And
you put him there, you give him all the rights.
Yeah, we don't know whether he processes this. I don't think
whether
he does.
he's mining legally, that is one. Whether he's
so, but if we look at what the ground is saying, we say what the ground is saying. Right? Most people in Congo are saying the ones
with Katumbi.
With Katumbi, he looks like he's promising. That's what they are saying. But
how about the gynecologist who?
Then there's another opposition candidate called Martin Fayulu, who's 67, and he says he was the true winner of the 2018 election before they rigged the election.
And there are still talks that
this
Tshisekedi was not democratically elected. Exactly. There was rigging of votes. Even today.
Yeah, they say Martin Fayulu was the one who was supposed to be president. Then there's Denis Mukwege. He's 68. He was the gynecologist who won 2018 Nobel Peace Prize.
But that one for me, well, I don't know him. I don't know his story. For me, I think he seems like the guy who be helping the Congolese on the ground. He's been helping women who've been raped, children. I don't know. Maybe his own hosts.
Yeah. Actually, there were about 21 presidential candidates, but some of them
narrowed down to
18. So some of them said we are not going to participate. And off they went. And the problem, they usually join their others. So tomorrow, we just pray for Congo so that we can get a president who will be able to sort out the things that are happening in Eastern DRC and bring in peace.
One thing we can note is that Congo is part of the East African Community Bloc, but the East African observers have not been approved to be the observers during the election. Yeah,
but I think they using the AU.
Yeah, the AU, African Union Observers.
There's some like commotions with the ASC because we have just seen the ESC army military leaving, and Tshisekedi has signed a deal with the South African Development Community so that they can bring their army in fighting the rebels, mainly M23, and
they've also recalled the ambassador.
The reason that they are doing that is they are saying that when the ESC army went there, they warmed up to the M23, so they became friends. But these guys had not gone there to fight M23. They had gone there to look for a solution, a sit down between the rebels and the government, so that they can have a peace and security pact. And the former president of Kenya worked his feet, and we even saw him talking to M23. Even he was
also given a position even past his presidency.
That was it. And even when he went there, we saw him being interviewed in a local Congolese radio station, and he talked about this. These guys were ready to sit down, but what did Tshisekedi say? He's not giving them.
Rwanda.
He keeps on talking about Rwanda. Then when every time he's in his campaigns, he keeps on saying Rwanda. And yesterday, this is what he told the people: re-elect me so that I can invade Rwanda.
Is it even about the Congolese people?
He's not talking about how he's going to create jobs, how he's going to end the war, how he's going to fight the rebels. He is talking about Rwanda.
One thing they are noting that during his presidency, 5 term, violence in the eastern side of Congo has escalated.
Yes.
And then the economy
went down.
And then, they say that he tried after COVID to bring it back, but still overall the economy was just messed up by this time.
Corruption is very high.
And then you are telling me your focus is Rwanda instead of you building your own country.
And we usually say the easiest thing to do to quell the war is not killing each other, because that only makes it worse. Sitting down and talking and saying, this is what I want. And guys, apart from now talking about the rebels, he keeps on talking about M23. There are other rebels who are used by the international conglomerates to use people or enslave people in the mines so that they can take the mines. That's why you see a lot of videos of children in the DRC being used for labor. And right now a lot of kids, women, a lot of people are suffering in Congo, and there are campaigns all over to end this genocide in the Congo, because people have not been talking about Congo, they've been talking about Gaza and Ukraine. But us as Africans decided that we'll be talking about it. So what has been happening lately, apart from now the campaigns and all that? So a few days ago in Nairobi, Kenya, we saw a new Congolese military alliance that includes rebels was launched in Nairobi. And these guys were saying they have included the likes of M23 and a lot of other rebels, and these guys are going to be used there will be no election, they will be fighting the government. That's what they said. And the same day we saw Congo recalling its envoys to Kenya and Tanzania for consultations after this military alliance was formed. Today there were reports that these guys must be planning for a coup. I think one of them wrote something like that on Twitter.
A coup, and there's elections tomorrow.
Yeah, because they are saying definitely they will be rigging. And not just Kenya. Imagine they also recalled Tanzanian ambassador. You see, it's crazy, eh?
One thing that I can just say is that we should all pray for Congo, because if anything happens, if the people feel like this was another rigged election, more blood might spill in Congo.
Now it will go to other parts.
It will be worse, because right now it's concentrated in the eastern part of Congo. But if this election doesn't go the way it's supposed to go, we might, and we pray that this doesn't happen, because
we hope. Because we already have this undemocratic election. I pray that they get another one, maybe Fayulu or the other guy, or the other. They have several. They can have the gynecologists.
Koita comes from nowhere and through a coup.
For now, because what they have is Mukwege, Katumbi. They can have Mukwege or Katumbi or Fayulu for now. We'll see how they do. But there have been reports of of Chekedi crying that Russia is getting in, like Russia is trying to rig for another, I don't know who. And then after some time they say it's not Russia, it's the EU. So it's very complicated. It's very complicated. So guys, let us know what you think on the comment section. We are not excited about it. But by the end of tomorrow, we have told you what will happen. Or the next day, let's say 21st, we have told you about what will be happening in those countries, in Congo. Yes.
Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. And please don't stop talking about Congo, because these conflicts are still happening. We need to enlighten our African brothers and sisters on what is happening in Congo and the rest of the African countries where there is no peace. Let us know in the comment section down below.
We see you in the next one.